way more. A woman should bring way more to the table. You know, we've had this conversation. I've been hearing it a lot. It dies down and comes back. This whole thing is what do you bring to the table type of thing. And I think the confusion for a lot of men has occurred when they've engaged in relationships and finding out that the woman is doing far less. And the reason is that, for the most part, most men have associated that a woman should just know what to do, because most men know what to do. Like most men with resources, when they love a woman, generally just want to give her things. Whether it's buying her a gift on her birthday, or whether it's the seasons and Christmas and everything. I don't believe in those festivities, but doing that, making sure she's good, helping her out. So women generally do not need to stipulate to a man what he should be doing, because most men have been known what to do. Okay, so the expectation of a man has been put forth almost like this social contract, what a man is supposed to do. It's just now that certain men are turning that off and saying, hey, wait a minute, if I'm not going to get the outcomes from society or women, therefore I'm going to suspend my natural instincts. Provide, protecting is natural for every man. Maybe an isolated few that don't have that in them, but for the most part. So now what has occurred historically is men have expectations on women beyond beauty, but they were silent about those expectations because women came with those things. The package was implied. If she's a woman, she gonna nature you. Okay, she gonna let you lead. Okay, that was implied in the fact that as a woman, as especially in a heterosexual relationship, and she will be submissive. That was implied. Okay, so she's soft, so she can't beat you up. So naturally, you're the one who's physically stronger. So you are going to take more like the more aggressive role or the more leading role. Okay, so she cannot be the one to try to dominate you. So now she'll be nurturing, and because most men were the ones who were the provider, so naturally she should be just nurturing, cooking, and cleaning as to be expected. Now, this is now more assumptive on the men because women are bringing less. They just say, my beauty is sufficient. Social media, sprinkle, sprinkle, and the social culture shifted to the point that women just glamorize themselves. They feel like because they've done a little some photographs, they photograph themselves and post themselves up on Instagram and on TikTok. They are some type of celebrity now. That because a lot of guys are liking them, they're praising them just for being them without having to have any skills of any nature to any degree. So therefore, that by a man just undertaking them in a relationship, they have done all that is needed to do. And if you have access to their body, that is sufficient. So now men are getting way less. Okay, and the point of the video is men need to expect women to bring way more, because back in the day they did bring way more. She was beautiful, she was modest, she was nurturing, she used to cook, she used to clean, she was submissive. The man used to lead. This is the package of the things that the men used to have. But now, because we don't stipulate those things, and if you stipulate them, now you're bringing hate speech. So now men have to be clear that she needs to bring way more than just the beauty. It needs to be way more, because the man's bringing way more, because the man just can't turn up. A man could have a nice car and a home, but the woman would say, well, is he going to protect me? I need way more than just a car. Okay? Is he going to provide for me? If I'm scared, can I confide in him? If I'm concerned, can he lead me? Can he teach me something? So women expect men to bring way more than just the basic of who a man is, a shell of a man. So now when we ask women to be beyond just looks, it's like you're asking too much. But I say men should ask for women to bring way more than what is being presented these days, because it's not valuable. No relationship can be based on aesthetics. There has to be the desire for genuine love and longevity, because we don't want to have the stop, rinse, and repeat relationships. It gets tiring as you get older. We need to expect them to bring way more. It's important. And unfortunately, a lot of men who are simping and who got money, they just say, I just want my girl to be at home, just, having that soft life. Like there's some value in that. It's the worst thing. Those that believe in the Bible and the scriptures, the Proverbs 31 woman was never a lazy woman. She was not just getting her nails done and sitting at home while her man did her thing. She's busy. She's proactive. She did way more than what women are willing to do now. They just want to go into a relationship knowing that whatever it is that you're bringing aesthetically declines anyway. If I'm seeing you every day, you're not going to look like how you look the first day. You are over time, as we're doing this thing long term, you're not going to look the same way. But you can build yourself up in character and mannerisms and habits that are valuable to the relationship way more, but it needs to be purposely put there. You need to deliberately execute that. You need a desire to be way more. So men need to demand that out of women because they're capable of it, because they do that for their jobs. Women don't just do one task at their work. They do, they're multitasking. They do this and that, and they do it willingly, cooperatively. So way more should be the standard that men should expect. Those men of value. We know that the simps will just let this slide and just be happy to worship the women at their feet type of thing. Peace, love, and blessings.